Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio, and welcome back to this week's video for hashtag JJWorld25. If you're new to the channel or new to watching this series of videos, Junk Journal World 25 is to explore the world. I have placed 25 countries in my little tin here, and each week I draw one out, and I am making a journal card to represent each of those countries. And we are on week 4. I do have a playlist on my channel. If you have missed the previous ones, you can go back and watch those if you'd like. And if you post to social media, Instagram, Facebook, any of those, you can use the hashtag to tag your make, and everybody that is participating can see your makes. So, and even if you don't post to any kind of social media, I hope you'll join with me in kind of exploring the different countries and seeing what's going on around the world, and just kind of celebrate all of the wonderful journal makers that are all over that make up our big junk journal family. So, I have been using these index card, old payroll cards that were in a cabinet that my husband bought me as a gift, and they're from the 40s. So I have a ton of these that were in the cabinet, so that's what I've been using as my base, because I can cover, most of them are only filled out on one side, so I can cover the side that has the writing on it if I choose to, and then the back side is blank and is still, you can journal on it. So that's what I have been using. So let's get started on today's collage. And I didn't have a lot of stuff for Norway or that represents Norway, but I did have a children's book that's called Olga of Norway. And so I cut a couple of illustrations out of that, and so we're going to use that and some other little pieces to kind of create an idea for Norway. So the first thing I have is just this digital that has some snowflakes on the background, because when I think of Norway, I of course think of snow and alpine sports and that kind of thing. And so I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use this piece with this kind of lion motif on it. One, because it reminds me of kind of the Viking vibe. And also they have a king there, a monarch, I think, actually. So that kind of reminds me of royalty as well. So I'm going to use these two things for my background, just to get something back there and kind of have a representation of those things. So Norway, of course, is very cold in the winter, but they do have summers. They have the northern lights are visible there, and they rely a lot on natural resources for their income. such as petroleum, which is their biggest, I think, fishery. Uh, they raise a lot of pigs and cows, and so there's a lot of farming and things like that going on. But like I said, their biggest source of income is petroleum. Um, they do a lot of ice fishing and alpine skiing and things like that in the winter. And what else? The Olympics, I think, have been held there twice, if I recall that correctly. And of course, we're talking Winter Olympics. And they have a lot of tradition there. The two little girls that I have fussy cut that I'm going to be using in my collage. This is them dancing in, original Norwegian clothing, like milkmaid type outfits. What else? Like I said, they have a monarch. They've had a king. They may still have a king. I'm not sure what their local government is. I do know that they do have health care provided there. Like I said, Vikings, are big. When you think about Norway, you think about Vikings, or I do anyway. I think I'm just going to wrap this around rather than cutting it off. Goats is another thing that they raise there. They eat a lot of seafood, of course. Okay, and I think to finish that gap off there, I'm going to put some of this music washi since they are dancing. I'm not sure how much of this will show, but we're going to put a strip right down through here with some music on it. That could have been a whole lot straighter than I put it on there. That's for sure. Let's see if I can get it off this Tim Holtz tape. It normally sticks pretty good. I may not be able to get it back up. Yep, I did. Let's try that again now. Okay, so I have this illustration from the book that kind of shows the fjord. They have several of those there, which are just inlets in from the ocean. And you can see that they have a boat here, but they also have some ice skaters out there. And so I thought that was kind of a weird picture to show the ice skaters in a boat, but we're gonna go with it. You can, I think I said this already, but the northern lights are visible there, and so this yellow up in this sky on this particular picture, I don't think that it was drawn to reflect that, but it kind of reminded me of the northern lights. So we're going to put this on, and most of this background will be covered up, but that's okay. Okay. And then I have, this is from my stamp collector's catalog, and it's a couple of stamps, one showing King Haakon the 7th, and I'm sure I didn't say that right. And the other one is a map of Norway, of Spitsbergen in Norway. So we're going to use that, and I think we're going to put it down here. Let me trim this off. I got it a little bit off the page. So let's put that down. Right in this corner. And then, like I said, I have these two that are dancing. I'm going to ink around them. And this is just one of the pictures from the book that I fussy cut around. But I thought it was a good representation of their traditional clothing. And I want to make sure and put it down at the bottom because her one foot is not a whole foot because it was at the bottom of the page when I cut it off. And then I have this little cross skiing guy here. And I'm going to put him kind of behind her. I don't think this is Norwegian. But I wanted something that kind of showed the skiing, so we're going to go with it. I think I'm going to move it over just a little, so I can move this over just a little. Okay, let's put this down. trim this washi off. Okay, let's put our girls down now. I was trying to find, when my dad was in the Air Force, one of the places that he actually flew to at one point was Norway, and he always brought me something from whatever country he was traveling to, whether it be a doll or it was usually a doll of some sort. But in this particular case, he probably brought me a doll. I don't remember that, but I do remember that he brought me a sweater. And it was a really warm wool sweater, you know, that had a pattern knit into it. And I remember that sweater because I loved it so much. He brought me one and my mom one. And I was trying to find something that had that kind of pattern on it. You know, it's kind of like you see at Christmas. And I thought I had some scrapbook paper, Christmas scrapbook paper, that kind of had that pattern on it. But I must have used it all because I couldn't find any. I really wanted to put a piece of that on here because I could remember that sweater. But I couldn't find it. Now, just to kind of have a different something on here and to fill up some space, I took these little faux buttons that are in the yellow color, and I thought I would just kind of stick those on for no other purpose than to just add some decor to the piece and some dimension. I might do it right there, so I'm actually covering up that language that I don't feel is Norwegian. Or maybe there. I think I'll put them there. Let's get my art glitter glue for that. Okay, and then I want to use this washi and put just a piece of it down there, kind of underneath their feet. then I might put a piece of it right in here somewhere. And then let's do one more up at the top. Okay. And I believe that's got it, guys. Just a real quick little make and a journal card. Now I made this one long way. Some of the others I have done the other way. So let me grab my others and we'll kind of recap in case you are new and you want to go back and start at the beginning. So our first week we did Spain and I did this card and it was this way. Our second week we did Switzerland and I did Heidi and you can see it's this way. And then we did Egypt and I did Egypt this way. And then today we have Norway. So now we're going to draw to see what we have for next week. And I will add it to the list. And we will go on from there. Let me get me a pen here. Shake up my little box. Take the lid off. Reach in. Get one and only one, and let's see what we have. So, oh, we're going to Romania. The first thing I think of when I think of Romania is how good their gymnasts used to be. So there we go. We're going to Romania next week, guys. So again, thanks for joining me, and if you have any questions about the challenge or anything else on my channel, please let me know, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. If you have anything that you would like to see, how I did it from a previous make, or want to revisit something I've made in the past, let me know that as well. And thanks for joining me, and I will see you back real soon for the next video. Bye.